At Vancouver Lake.
Yeah, I want to make just a small correction there. These are Cox-less fours.
Oh, there they are, yes.
Straight fours here. No
Sweet.
coxswains in sight. Won't name any
That's right.
names.
That-
I'm sitting here right next to you. However,
That would make sense, though, since we just went from the men's coxless fours. So
that's right. Easy to do, though. Sometimes our schedule does switch around for scheduling purposes. So
Indeed.
it could absolutely happen to anyone here. No problems there. And again, yes, let's keep an eye on where these placements are as soon. Look
Yeah,
at this.
here we
All
go.
right. Tell us a little bit about what we are seeing here in this fleet.
yeah, well, at the right of your picture in lane 1, that is Lakeside. Lane 2 is Rose City. Lane 3, Sammamish. Lane 4, Holy Names. Lane 5, Mount Baker. Lane 6, Green Lake. And towards the left of your screen, that is Seattle Prep in lane 7. This is a 7-boat race, folks, and it is super exciting to call because right now it looks like I'm seeing Holy Names Academy in the lead, but that second, third, and fourth place race is developing in a very fun direction, especially because fourth place will get a qualifying spot to nationals. And boy, it's too tough to call who's really going to be in a tight fourth place position right now. But
That's right. I want to give it to Rose City here, followed by
Yeah.
Sammamish, followed by Green Lake, followed by Mount Baker. So again, our clear leader, Holy Names.
indubitably.
Rose City, then Sammamish.
Oh, I'm seeing a little bit of lane squirreliness here. A boat has left their lane. Oh, and another boat has left their lane up at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, goodness,
Again,
yeah.
and this does happen. Again, this is part of the challenge here of these straight boats. The boats that do not have coxswains, they actually do have a little tow mechanism where these athletes have to steer with their foot while they're pushing off with their foot and rowing down the course, executing a race plan. So very, very tricky. This boat is very pure.
It's
very, very difficult to hide any
So
mistakes in this boat. It doesn't, it really forces you to actually become a good rower with these other teammates, kind of like rowing a pair. Very, very difficult. There's a lot of technical elements to this.
Yeah.
But right now we are seeing Holy Names stroked by Leah Henkin in the lead here. I'm still going to give it to not Rose City, Green Lake. Again, my mistake. Green Lake on the outside still in that second place position, followed by Mount Baker, followed by Sammamish, followed by Rose City.
Yeah, Rose City just getting spat out a little bit at the bottom of your screen there. Meanwhile, I think these boats are having a hard time maintaining straight lines in this wind. It seems everybody is kind of getting all over their lanes. I think that Green Lake just left their lane entirely up at the top left of your picture.
Yeah, it's even a little bit tough for us to see the buoys here
Yeah.
on our screen. So again, this is kind of what we mean. Every once in a while, you get a little bit of a ripple on the water, and it does kind of make those buoys a little bit tough, especially in a blind boat. You're looking backwards, remember? So
Yeah.
your line of sight is actually moving away from you as you are going down the course. So very, very tricky in these boats.
Super duper.
That's why I just love these races so much. It really speaks to the talent of these athletes
Yeah.
getting down the course. So again, phenomenal. We have not seen too much change, maybe a one-boat change here. Holy Name still in the lead. But I do want to keep an eye on Mount Baker here.
Yeah.
Mount Baker definitely making a push, again, kind of trying to stay a little bit straight. Again, we have seen a few steering corrections between Mount Baker and Green Lake in those lanes there.
And I think Rose City is still struggling at the bottom of
I
your
think
screen.
you're right. Yeah, Rose City here still kind of trying to find their bearings a little bit in the center of the lane.
Yeah,
Again, going
Sammamish just switched to lane 2.
Going
actually.
a bit starboard here. Let's see if they catch it. Rose
Yeah.
City going quite starboard. That's right. And
Yeah.
actually, on the other side of them, Mount Baker having quite an issue with their steering as well, coming up just behind Green Lake, but very close to them.
Yeah,
Over those buoy lines.
The wind literally switched halfway through this race, folks. I think one of the reasons that we're seeing some steering issues is that the wind direction just shifted. It's now coming more out of the east than before. I don't think the direction on the bottom left of your screen is accurate right now. I think that these are getting a little bit more cross angle on the wind than they were before, and it's definitely causing some chaos and confusion out there on the lane assignments. But they're handling it well. It seems like everybody's correcting. Like, you get a few strokes where you're off, off, and then it seems like the bow seats are sort of like reorienting themselves, looking to the left, looking to the right, maybe trying to find the buoy line, and then correcting. So, some very good reactions despite some slip-ups. But that's life, and that happens, especially when you've got a wind that's changing on you throughout the course of a race.
That's right. And even now, look, we're looking at Rose City again coming into the next lane. So we will see if we have any flags go up here at this time. But it seems like the race has carried on. Everybody is eventually back in their lanes. It looks like, yes, we do indeed have some flags up to kind of help with the steering. Those officials back there do kind of help guide some of these blind boats sometimes and point a flag the direction for which they need to go to get back into their lane if they are getting a bit close. Kind of like the boat race, if you've ever watched the boat race. They help guide the blind boats just a bit, so that can be very, very helpful to these crews.
Definitely. And as they approach, they're all within 500 meters, and as they approach the red buoys, which indicate 250 meters left to go, it's still the clear race leader over there. In Holy Names. Holy Names just having it all their own way with open water lead right now. But this race that's developing for third and fourth, the all-important fourth position, the national qualification, is something that we're witnessing unfold right now. The cheers on the beach are reaching a magnitude that we haven't seen yet this weekend. A lot of excitement for this race right now.
This crowd is deafening, and you better believe that that is helping these women get to that finish line, because right now we are seeing a heck of a finish here. Again, we are looking for places 1 through 4 to go on to Sarasota, and it's looking promising.
Holy Names
Absolutely
definitely
promising
finishing first here. We got
Holy Names.
We got Green Lake about to cross the line in second. Sammamish looks like they're going to get third.
That is right. Green Lake in second.
And I think that is
Sammamish in third.
And I think Mount Baker is about to get fourth. Is that Mount Baker?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Congrats to Mount Baker making the cut. Wow.
And our 4 are secured.
Yep.
Unofficially. Again, we always want to make sure that we go back and check officially, make sure that we have no other problems or issues.
Wow, great sprint from prep.
Exactly. We let everybody finish the race before we make any calls whatsoever.
Those last 7 or 8 strokes that I caught from Seattle Prep were really, really well executed. They look a little bit disappointed now. I'm sure they probably wanted to finish in the top 4 or top 3, but despite that, despite being behind, they rocked that finish, and they should be very proud of, first of all, making the A final, but second of all, they sprinted with such composure. So hopefully this is not the last bite at the apple. Hopefully there's another race this weekend, and even if not, perhaps there might be more to come in their rowing careers. So congrats to Holy Names unofficially with a 7:53.
Well, of course, and remembering, too, that we are all our own worst critics, too. So even if you have a good race, sometimes you always think about what you could have done better, the what-ifs, all of those things.
Yeah.
It's very hard not to think of those things once you do finish up those races, as we just do as athletes, really, in any sport. And that's why we're athletes, because we care.
Yeah.
So it's really great.